This time, I would like to talk about the dark side of China's disaster relief, which has been whispered about for some time. A portion of this issue has come to light and is attracting attention. After discussing the ongoing flood problem, which is currently a serious issue, I will delve into the darker aspects of disaster relief. First, let's take a look at this image. This is an image of Guizhou from late July of this year. Guizhou is a city that has been in the spotlight in recent years due to frequent flooding. There were claims that a large number of people perished when the subway and tunnels were submerged, but these incidents were buried and never made public. This is one reason why the city is under scrutiny. Guizhou is known for its Sponge City initiative, which aimed to make the city resilient against flooding by investing enormous sums of money. However, despite this, the city still suffered severe flooding, leading to criticism of the authorities. The Chinese government is trying to downplay the situation, claiming that this was a once-in-a-century flood, or even a once-in-a-millennium event, to excuse the failure of their flood control measures. This year, they went as far as to claim that it was a once-in-5,000 years flood. Since the beginning of this year, Guizhou has experienced repeated floods, each time leaving parts of the city submerged. Such large-scale disasters undoubtedly have a significant impact on the economy, yet the issue is rarely reported in Japan. Japanese media coverage of China tends to be biased, often only reporting what has already been widely discussed abroad years earlier. For example, the downturn in China's real estate market and the potential threats to its economy have only recently been mentioned in Japan, despite being reported extensively overseas for years. To return to the topic, the Chinese authorities claimed that the late July flood in Guizhou was a once-in-5,000 years event. But just in August, the city faced another flooding crisis, leading to the partial closure of certain districts to prevent further disasters. It's clear that this year's floods in China have been catastrophic, affecting not just agriculture but also logistics and economic activity, yet the coverage of this in Japan has been minimal. The Japanese media seem reluctant to report anything that could cast doubt on the stability of China's economy. Now, let's turn our attention to an incident in Shanghai that has recently drawn considerable attention. On August 11, a man in Shanghai bought a folding bed from a recycling shop, only to find out that the bed was actually a relief item intended for disaster aid. The bed bore the mark of the Ministry of Emergency Management, indicating that it was meant for disaster relief. This discovery sparked outrage online, leading to an investigation into the manufacturer of the bed and how it ended up in a recycling shop. It was revealed that the bed was manufactured by a company in Ningxi, a coastal town south of Shanghai, in December 2020. The bed was not meant for general distribution but was instead supplied to the Emergency Management Bureau in Pudong, a district in Shanghai, in April 2022. The bed should not have been available for sale, yet it ended up in a recycling shop, raising suspicions of corruption. For years, there have been rumors in China about disaster relief supplies being siphoned off before reaching the affected areas, leading to a decline in donations. People prefer to send goods rather than money, as they believe money might be stolen. However, local authorities still urge people to donate money, arguing that it allows them to purchase what is needed most. But the truth is, there are concerns that powerful individuals within the government are exploiting disasters for personal gain. The Shanghai government's official explanation was that the bed was decommissioned and sold as scrap after new supplies were received. However, this raises questions as to why a relatively new and usable bed was scrapped after just 2 years. This incident has fueled suspicions that relief supplies are being resold for profit, with those in power benefiting from the process. This incident has further exposed the systemic corruption within China's government. The Communist Party often uses disasters or poverty relief as pretexts to secure funds, but the money is often misappropriated. Despite the huge sums of money supposedly spent on flood control and poverty alleviation, floods continue to devastate cities, and poverty remains widespread. In conclusion, it seems that even in the face of major disasters or social problems, the Chinese government cannot be relied upon. This concludes today's discussion. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.